Everyone has the agenda in front of them. Can I get an adoption of the agenda?
I'll make the
Councillor
motion
Tadeo.
to adopt the agenda.
All in favor? All right, the minutes everyone's got as well, so any errors or omissions? All right, Councillor Swigert.
Yeah, I'll make the motion to approve those minutes.
All right, all in favor? All right, on to, business arising from minutes, anything? No? Okay, right on to development applications, major home business.
Good morning. This is development application 2021-D-250. The applicant and owner of the property are Dean and Donna Shaver. The applicant is applying for a major home business to operate a fastener and tool sales business out of an existing garage. The property is located 1 kilometer west of the town of Bonnyville at the intersection of Highway 28 and Township Road 611A. Adjacent properties are residential parcels, residential zoned quarter section remnant, and an industrial zoned parcel. The applicant operates Bonnyville Bolt Supply Limited and would like to move his business into the MD of Bonnyville. They sell nuts, bolts, screws, drill bits, tools, rigging, fasteners, and more. They provide delivery services which account for 85% of their business, and the remainder is pickup at the store via passenger vehicle. The majority of incoming stock is brought in by the operator, but there is the occasional delivery by transport truck. They will operate 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday, operate with 2 owners of the parcel and 1 partner. Waste generated can either be disposed of domestically or recycled. An MD of Bonnyville an Alberta transportation permit has been applied for and is pending a decision. Referrals were sent out to the MD of Bonnyville Infrastructure Services and they have no concern. Adjacent landowner letters were sent out December 15th, 2021 and were received no responses or concerns. Our recommendation for development application 2021-D-250 is approve the request for a major home business for a fastener tool and tool sales business as a discretionary use as per Part 6, Section 47 of the General Regulations, and Part 7, Section 69.2 of the Land Use Bylaw, with the following conditions. As per Section 52 of the Land Use Bylaw 1167, outdoor lighting shall be located so that rays of light are not directed at an adjacent site, do not adversely affect an adjacent site, do not adversely affect traffic safety. Shall comply with Noise Control Bylaw 1657, shall comply with Nuisance Bylaw 981. As per Section 47.3, major home business, a major home business may utilize accessory buildings while still maintaining the residential use as the primary use on the site. The home business may employ up to 3 persons who do not live on the site or within the primary residence. The home business may not generate traffic uncharacteristic to the area. All required parking must be on site. Outdoor storage of material, goods, or equipment on the site shall be directly related to the business and, at the discretion of the developmental authority, may require screening or fencing. Pending an approval from Alberta Transportation, the Land Use Bylaw 60 states the display or placement of signs on the premise of the home business shall be restricted to 1 identification sign no larger than 1 square meter in area and may be indirectly illuminated. The home business shall not, in the opinion of the Development Authority, be a source of inconvenience, materially interfere with or affect the use, enjoyment, or value of neighboring properties by the way of excessive noise, smoke, steam, odor, dust, vibrations, or refuse matter which would not commonly be found in the neighborhood. If at any time any of these conditions for the home business have not, in the opinion of the Development Authority, been complied with, the Development Authority may issue a stop order pursuant to provisions of the Municipal Government Act. An Alberta transportation permit is required. Building permits are required for any buildings used for this business.
All right, is there any discussion? Councillor Dave?
Good morning. So in regards to Alberta Transportation, I know that's not your end of it, but what do they take into consideration when they do their approval? Do they look at what's happening within like half mile? Because I know there's a few businesses close by. Do you know at all?
Through the chair, they are looking at potential impacts on the road, potential hazards when turning into businesses, if there would be requirements for upgrading an intersection and items like that.
Okay, sounds good. I'd like to make the recommended action, so make the motion for recommended action on this based on the, I guess, it's always based on the approval of a borough transportation, right?
Correct.
Correct, yeah. I'll make that motion, please.
All right, is there any further discussion? All right, we'll vote on the matter. All in favor? Excellent, carried. Thank you. On to development application 2021-D-237.
This application was tabled and administration was directed to gather more information. Our updated information, MPC questioned if there was federal or provincial regulations for media blasting. A search was undertaken and regulations for protection of employees of abrasive blasting companies were found in the Occupational Health and Safety Regulation Act regulations and code. No regulations regarding the location of such business were found as per attached in Appendix F. Further, a review of several municipalities' land use bylaws did not provide any insight or guidelines for referencing. Material data sheets for the abrasives listed in the previous minutes are attached in Appendix D for review. They state that the products are non-carcinogenic. Additionally, noise levels of sandblasting was researched and are listed in Appendix C from 3 sources. This information was entered into a distance attenuation calculator to provide the approximate noise level at 2 different distances from the source. These are approximate and do not take into consideration wind or air temperature. The calculation shows the approximate noise level at 150 feet from the source to be comparable to a vacuum cleaner, and subsequently we have updated the recommendation. Our recommendation is that Municipal Planning Commission approves development application 2021-D-237, general industrial use for a welding, media blasting, and coating business as a discretionary use pursuant to Part 6 of the General Regulations and Part 7, Section 76.2 of the Land Use Bylaw for Jeff Tianhera, in accordance with the conditions listed in the alternative recommended action of the background report. The conditions we had recommended last meeting: hamlet setbacks, front yard to be 25 feet, side yard to be 4.9 feet, rear yard 25 feet, an approved building permit is required, but I would like to scratch that off as it is not part of this application. Shall comply with nuisance bylaw number 981, shall comply with noise control bylaw 1657. As per section 52 of the land use bylaw, outdoor lighting shall be located that rays of light are not directed at an adjacent site, do not adversely affect the adjacent site, and do not adversely affect traffic safety. Media blasting only permitted to occur on Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. A sound barrier to be installed on the south edge of the medium blasting workplace, extending a minimum of 5 feet past workspace on the western and eastern edge. Sound barrier specifics be reviewed by the municipality prior to the initial operation of the business.
All right, is there any discussion on this matter? Go ahead.
Yeah, so under, I guess, B section, let's see, recommended actions, under 5, says Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I know there has been some stuff done on Saturdays. Was this not considered? Because it is a commercial base for timelines and everything else?
Through the chair, the applicant did request to have Saturdays available. Due to the nuisance concerns of the adjacent neighbor, we suggested to have it only available on the weekdays, but the Municipal Planning Commission can adjust our conditions as they suit.
Anything else?
Was the landowner requesting just Monday to Saturday, or was he requesting Sunday as well?
We do have the applicant here, and I believe it was just Saturdays.
We regretted 7 days a week, but we'd be willing to do a 5-day week if that's what we get as we were
All right,
I'm prepared to make a motion here,
go ahead.
except I'd like to make a few changes to their, because it's that alternatively, there's a big list there, right? So, in the motion, I would go with the staff recommendation, but also change that based on what you guys have researched, it doesn't sound to me like we need to enforce a sound barrier there. And it seems to me that this is in a industrial commercial area, so I'm not thinking we need to have, as an MD, the best thing for our MD is we gotta think of everybody, right? And we're not, if we're restricting people's business from operating in a commercial area, we can't really expect this MD to grow with any kind of economic development as far as I'm concerned. So, in the motion, I guess we can have it
You'd like to
Monday.
amend the conditions?
Yeah, to amend the conditions. And I'd like to amend it so it's Monday to Saturday, 7 to 7. And then take out point number 6 for the sound barrier one.
All right, you got that?
So sorry, just to clarify, you're removing number 3 altogether and amending condition.
Removing number
Could-
6, I believe you said.
Yeah, number 6.
Oh, sorry, so removing condition 6 and amending condition 5 to be Monday to Saturday?
That's right.
All right, is there any further discussion?
Yeah, I think.
Mike? Mike?
Sorry, Mike. Yeah, there we go. I think 6 should be left in myself. It would just help a little bit with a sound barrier, because our staff think we need it. You guys went out there and did some studies, so you guys are obviously saying that it's loud enough to have some kind of a sound barrier, so I think we should keep 6 in there.
Unfortunately, there was no activity during the period between the last MPC and this MPC. The information that we received was from the internet, and we do have a specification on a sound barrier that was available in Alberta. And
Well, just my comment,
Yeah.
sandblasting ain't like a vacuum cleaner. I've heard it before.
Yeah.
So to have a little bit of a sound barrier will help something, I'm sure. So I'd like to keep that in. If we're letting them open Monday till Saturday, at least we can put up a sound barrier of some kind.
Mr. Chair,
It,
is that an amendment to the main motion?
Yeah, is that an amendment that Councillor Crick would like to make?
You don't have to. It's your thing.
No, I don't want to make that amendment, but Reeve Kalinsky is certainly welcome to make the amendment, and then it can be voted on to see if people want to go with the amendment.
Chair, if I may, Councillor Crick has made his motion. Mr. Kalinsky can certainly make a secondary motion to amend Mr. Crick's motion, and then you guys would need to vote on whether or not to accept that amendment to the main motion, and then you would vote on the main motion.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to amend Councillor Crick's motion to leave 6 in.
All right, is there any discussion on that? Go ahead.
Yeah, my understanding is the information here was, this recommendation was made before they checked the noise levels. So I don't think with the sound barrier is going to bring it down from approximately 70-something decibels down to 64 or something. So it seems like quite a big expense and a bunch of red tape to put a business owner in a commercial area through to bring down very minimal noise.
All right, any other discussion?
Yeah, I don't think it's minimal noise. That's the problem. The guy still lives there. We're trying to approve this for this business too, but you know, you gotta give somebody something, a little bit of something. Sandblasting is loud. I don't know how much of noise. I don't have no knowledge to figure out how much it would cut it back, but it's something.
Councillor Swigert?
Yeah, I kind of had a comment also. I was just going to kind of back up the Reeve on that comment, because there was a paper study done on the noise, and it came up to be the same volume as a vacuum cleaner, and I'm not sure. I mean, we haven't actually measured the noise out there, so I would say there's probably noise. The guy who lives there is bothered by it. I would ask about a sound barrier. Is that outrageous to ask for something like that? Is that like a $100,000 item that we're asking for, or do we have any ideas at all about sort of sound barriers?
I do have an information sheet on a sound barrier.
I'd just like to note that the sound of the vacuum isn't at the source, right? That the source, it says 117 decibels, but out to where the house is 73 is what it's saying, so.
Yeah.
Councillor Fadiev?
Yeah, I mean, is it the same sound as a vacuum truck, as that's happening over at ECAN, the shutdowns there? I mean, I think the levels of sound are pretty close to being the same. Is there sound barriers over at ECAN?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Right.
So if there's no other discussion, we have a motion on the table for an amendment. Go ahead.
Just a quick question, do we have to vote on the first one before it gets amended? No?
No, we gotta vote on amendment first.
If the amendment stays, passes, that will then form a new main motion.
Okay, thank you.
All right, if there's no discussion, all in favor of the amendment? And all opposed? All right, the motion is defeated. Sorry, and then if we have a motion on the table,
So then you're back to the main motion, yes.
yeah, for the main motion, so if there's no further discussion on that one, we can make a vote on that one, so all in favor? All right, motion is carried. Thank you.
Through the chair, do you need to vote on the,
And that's what we did. We voted on Councillor Crick's motion there.
thank you.
On to correspondence. None? Other business? I don't even know who I'm looking at here. Steph?
You're on to
Nope.
subdivision.
Okay, subdivision applications, 8.1.
Good morning.
Morning.
We'll just give the room a chance to exit if possible. All right. Subdivision application 2021-S S-021 for Kraling and Hook. This application proposes to subdivide one 15-acre parcel from a previously subdivided agricultural quarter section as shown on the map attached as Appendix A. This application, the subject site is located south of Ardmore on Highway 892 and Township Road 614. The landowners are Donald Kraling and Shireen Hook. There is currently a subdivision taken out of the quarter section on the southeast corner, a parcel size of 4.83 acres. This application meets all the conditions of the Municipal Government Act, subdivision and development regulations, and the Lower Athabasca Regional Plan, Land Use Bylaw, and the Municipal Development Plan. Therefore, we recommend it be approved with the following conditions: legal and physical access to proposed parcels and remnant, that the owner dedicate a 30-meter wide service road right-of-way starting at the south boundary of the titled land until the south boundary of Township Road 614 road plan along Highway 892 at no cost to Alberta Transportation. In this instance, Alberta Transportation is willing to accept the service road registered by caveat. Cash in lieu for the proposed parcel, real property report, sewage disposal shall comply to the Alberta Safety Codes Act and Provincial Alberta Public Health Act, taxes to be paid in full.
All right, is there any discussion on this one?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, just a question. They do have access off 892 right presently, do they not?
Off of 892, they wouldn't be allowed to do any further accesses off of that parcel. So we would have to, that is a standard condition, that the remnant and the proposed parcels do have access to them. So once the surveyors have gone to site and confirmed the locations of those approaches, then if they are sufficient, they will not require further construction of an approach. However, if Transportation and Utilities within our department or within the MD decides that they do need further access, then that will be taken care of at that time.
Thank you. So they probably do already have an approach, though it looks like it, right? And you're saying that'll be surveyed or whatever?
They need an approach to the parcel, which they will get from 892, but they do not have an approach to the quarter section, which would then have to be created off of Township 614.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other discussion or motion?
I'll make the motion that we go ahead with the staff recommendation to allow the subdivision.
All right, any further discussion? If not, all in favor? All right, motion is carried. On to 2021-S-022.
This application proposes to subdivide one 6.5-acre parcel from a previously unsubdivided agricultural quarter section as shown on the map attached as Appendix A. The subject site is located directly north of Muriel Lake on Range Road 454 and Range Road 602. The owners are Dean and Sarah Hansen. The application meets all conditions of Municipal Government Act, Subdivision and Development Regulation, Lower Athabasca Regional Plan, Municipal Development Plan, and the Land Use Bylaw. Therefore, we recommend it be approved with the following conditions. Number 1, legal and physical access to proposed parcel and remnant. Number 2, if the subdivision is registered through a plan of survey, that the owner-developer dedicate to the MD of Bonnyville a 17-foot wide strip of land for road widening along the entire frontage of the north and east side of proposed and remnant parcels to be registered by separate road plan. Or, if the subdivision is registered by descriptive plan, the owner-developer enter into a land acquisition agreement with the MD of Bonnyville for a 17-foot strip of land for road widening along the entire frontage of the north and east side of proposed and remnant parcels, and the taxes to be paid in full.
All right, is there any discussion or motion on this one? Go ahead.
I'll make the motion, we go ahead and subdivide this one too.
All right, motion to approve. So any other discussion? All in favor? All right, motion is carried. And to the final one.
Subdivision application 2021 S-023 for Campbell's. The application proposes to subdivide one 10-acre parcel from an unsubdivided agricultural quarter section, as shown on the map attached as Appendix A. The application meets all conditions of the Municipal Government Act, subdivision and development regulations, and the Lower Athabasca Regional Plan, Municipal Development Plan, and Land Use Bylaw. Therefore, we recommend it be approved with the following conditions. Number 1, the legal and physical access to proposed parcel and remnant. 2, if the subdivision is registered through a plan of survey, that the owner developer dedicate to the MD of Bonnyville a 17-foot wide strip of land for road widening along the entire frontage of the north and east side of the proposed and remnant parcels. Pardon me, it would be the west side of the proposed remnant parcel to be registered by separate road plan. Or if the subdivision is registered by descriptive plan, that the owner developer dedicate a 17-foot strip on the west side for road widening. Number 3, the real property report. Number 4, sewage disposal shall comply to the Alberta Safety Codes Act and Province of Alberta Public Health Act. And number 5, taxes to be paid in full.
All right, is there any discussion or motion on this one?
I'll make a motion to approve this.
All right, making a motion to approve, so any further discussion? All right, all in favor? And carried.
Thank you.
No subdivision extension requests. Next
Nope.
meeting scheduled. I think there was an invite already sent out, right? And off to number 11.
For the next meeting, are we gonna put that into a council meeting then? Is that how it is, or?
I'm not sure about that.
I think it's officially coming to council.
It's going to take a bit of time to coordinate the land use bylaw amendments and creating a bylaw to repeal the MDC bylaw and establish council as these.
We're realistically probably looking March
Okay.
before it actually takes place. There's a bunch of bylaws that have to be amended and implemented.
Sounds good.
Was that a motion to adjourn? Councilor Fadeo? All right, all in favor?
Good
Adjourned.
job, Chair.